ready, Saint? I'm sensing a real vibe.
There you go. Come on. Get it up.
They love
There
it.
you go.
There's a good vibe in the arena tonight, comparable to what we saw January the 25th against the Spurs.
Yeah, this is really going to be special tonight. I can't wait for the tip. This is a great team they're playing. Very likely we could see them deep into the playoffs. We've got a few more matchups with them in the regular season. You're going to see the Warrior A game tonight. They're going to play better than they did on the road trip when they swept 3.
Since Christmas Day, Oklahoma City has won 18 of their last 20, and they've won 12 of the last 13. They're a hot team, but how do they deal with that guy, Steph Curry? And we're going to compare him to the guy who was just voted the AP Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL just moments ago, and I think in a few minutes he's also going to be the MVP. Also, Klay Thompson. What an assignment he's got tonight. He's going to have to guard Russell Westbrook and then try to go for 20-plus points tonight. You St. Mary's College Gale fans, if you're looking for Randy Bennett's team, they're taking on the University of San Diego Toreros. Jim Harbaugh, by the way, their former football coach, is here tonight. That's going to come up at 6 o'clock on CSN Plus. So CSN Plus can be found on Comcast Channel 104, Dish Channel 440, DirecTV Channel 696.1, and AT&T Channel 771. If you can't find CSN Plus, log on to csnbayarea.com or call your local cable provider.
And the Thunder now in a tie game. Durant for 3 for the win. He's got it! He's got it! He's got it! A half a second remaining, and Durant has done it again! He's got it! Can you believe it?
Boy, what a night Kevin Durant had the other night. He went for 37 at the game winner with a half a second to go to beat the Orlando Magic. They have won 12 of their last 13 since Christmas Day. They are 18-2, and they are 27-5 in their last 32. Warriors have not seen him all year, but Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors know the challenge tonight is profound to try to slow down Durant and Westbrook and the Thunder.
Yeah, we'll be ready. I mean, they're obviously a great team and playing well, and we know what Russ and KD have been doing, so we got to have a high sense of focus, high sense of intensity, and just play with the same confidence we've been playing with.
I know they will be excited. They're always excited to play against great teams, but that's no guarantee that we're going to play like we did against the Spurs or Cleveland. You know, we have to be locked in. We can't turn the ball over and give up easy hoops in transition. I mean, you turn the ball over against these guys, and it's just it's a tidal wave coming at you. So we've got to be sharper than we've been. You know, the road trip was good, winning all 3, but we got to be sharper than we have been.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun in that building. Like a playoff atmosphere. I mean, it is almost every game for us, but especially when a really good team comes to town, the fans just bring a little bit, that much more energy, and we do as well. So, especially with Super Bowl weekend, I bet there's going to be a ton of new faces in the crowd, and just want to give them a show.
Famous faces, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably. You got some of the biggest stars in the business, you know, KD, Steph, Russell, so it's we're really excited for it.
Yeah, it is a super Saturday around the Bay Area tonight as the last 2 NBA scoring champions meet inside Oracle Arena. You have the Super Bowl being contested 34 miles to the south tomorrow at Levi Stadium. But most of the activity, including the NFL Honors Dinner, going on in the city as we speak right now as they get set to host the Super Bowl of Super Bowls, Super Bowl 50 tomorrow. The Denver Broncos up against Steph Curry's team, the Carolina Panthers. He grew up in Charlotte, loving the Carolina Panthers, and he's looking for a big weekend, which certainly got the attention of Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant.
Although this week with that team from Carolina in town, right?
Correct.
You'll be able to handle yourself?
I'll be all right, I think. It's just for the Panthers to be in the Super Bowl and bring that out to the Bay Area. I know I got some other Panther fans in the stand. It'll be a lot of fun, so I'll save my energy next weekend and be able to go.
You have a game on Saturday, kind of a big game on Saturday.
It'll be a good 48 hours, a win and a win.
Okay. Oh, see, ooh. I like it when he talks trash.
And they asked Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant the next day after his conversation with Sage Steele, and they didn't want to talk about it much. But what a weekend for Steph. Actually, it's going to be less than 24 hours until they kick off. He has 6 of Jerry Richardson's tickets, the owner of the Carolina Panthers. He also has the Under Armour suite he can go to. And as Roz told us, he's going to pound the drum, the Panther drum, before Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. So what a weekend for Steph Curry.
You know what? He's probably getting a police escort down there. And listen, I think we might see him on that national broadcast. They might zero in on him a couple of times. He loves that team. He's very close with Newton, and it's going to be exciting.
Yes, it is. And the beautiful thing about him, he will be a fan tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Just like all the fans, 19,500 are here to watch him play. He will be a fan tomorrow. But tonight, he is very simply the best player in the NBA. When you break it down, they have this new high rating Saint, not 3.14. It is the player impact estimate. I don't know what the hell it means, but basically I know this. The 3 best players in the NBA are right here. Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. Draymond also shows up very high on the player efficiency ratings. Even Steven Adams of the Thunder shows up number 10. So when you look at the stars that are going to be on the floor tonight, we got 5 All-Stars. What I'd like to see just for one time on February the 14th in Toronto for Greg Popovich to play Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green. All 5 of the All-Stars that'll play in the game tonight could be on the floor simultaneously for the Western Conference All-Stars, Saint, on February the 14th. Would that be cool?
I know one guy who doesn't want to see that lineup. That's Tyrone Lue, because that lineup there could fly. I mean, that's a great idea. Hopefully it happens. That's exciting.
You know what's going to be cool is that the Splash Brothers are both going back to the All-Star game, and that means they can take part in All-Star Saturday night like they did last year in Brooklyn, and Steph Curry won over Klay Thompson. But the president did say that Klay has a prettier jump shot than Steph. So I'm waiting for the day that Klay can take him down. Take out a look at the three-point shooters for this year's competition on February the 13th, a week from tonight in Toronto. Of course, it is the Splash Brothers, Steph and Klay. You got Kyle Lowry from the hometown team. J.J. Redick is a great shooter. James Harden, not great in these kind of competition. Chris Bosh is in
What's
this
that
one.
all about?
That's interesting. Devin Booker, the rookie of the Phoenix Suns from Kentucky, having a great year. And Chris Middleton. So a little shocking. Bosh is in. Wouldn't it be great if the Splash Brothers go into the finals? Last year, they were in the top 3 again. Maybe Klay could take him down this year, Saint.
I don't see why not. When he gets in a groove, he shoots it pretty darn close to Steph. It's amazing when Klay's really locked. It's just special to watch. I think they're both going to have to be locked in tonight, because this is going to be a great game. You know, they don't have their young two-guard, Robertson, who's a good defender. So you got to go at certain guys. You got to attack like a Waiters, who's a scorer and not a defender. They'll come in with Enes Kanter. You got to go at him. So they'll know where they're going to attack. The key for me is the Warriors move the ball and move people. In the half court, you're going to see OKC with a lot of ISO stuff. And that's where the Warriors can load up their defense. It's not about one-on-one. You got a wall, and you build the wall behind the primary defender and take away the penetration.
Yeah, in fact, Oklahoma City is dead last in passes per game, and the Warriors are in the top 5. We're always wondering who's going to guard who on the other team. How are they going to guard Draymond Green, who, by the way, is going to take part in the skills competition at the All-Star game? And they are adding some front court players. But this guy is one of the most skilled players in basketball, Saint. They're going to have some bigs. DeMarcus Cousins will take part in Anthony Davis, which will make it interesting. And the rookie, Karl Anthony Towns. Mainly it's been a guard competition. But if you talk just dribbling and passing and a little bit of shooting, but mainly this competition is dribbling and passing. Who's better among the front court players than Draymond Green?
Nobody. He, in the frontline guys, he is the best facilitator in the basketball world of the NBA. And I'm loving this matchup tonight, Pop, with him and Ibaka. It's going to be physical.
Star of stars. Beyonce is in the gym tonight along with Jay-Z and a lot of other stars to watch Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook against Steph and Klay. Enjoy. Warriors basketball is next.
During their historic start, Golden State has dispatched the NBA's elite. 7-0 versus the Spurs, Cavs, Raptors, and Clippers. Tonight they get their first look at another championship contender. The Warriors and Thunder have traded haymakers over the last few seasons in some of the most entertaining games the association has seen. And there can't be a better prelude to Super Sunday than a matchup of the best backcourt in the league, taking on the most explosive scoring tandem in the loudest arena on earth. Two heavyweights collide at Oracle right now. A stellar Saturday night at a sold-out Oracle. The first meeting of the year with the Thunder and the Warriors, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. We got everything for you. The last two MVPs of the NBA. Steph Curry looking for back-to-back. KD with scoring titles has also been an MVP. And the Thunder are taking aim at the Warriors right now. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett. And this is the matchup partner. Every star of stage and screen, every captain of industry, people on the music scene. This is the power position to be at Oracle to see the Thunder and the Warriors for the first time this year.
I feel this is the toughest test of the Warriors all season long. That's how much respect I have for Oklahoma City. I think they are a terrific team capable of winning an NBA title.
When you look at the Western standings, there are 3 title contenders. Everyone knows about the Warriors at 45-4. They're 18-3 since Christmas. The Thunder are 18-3 as well.
Well, the Warriors have won 8 in a row right now. They're undefeated at home at 22-0. Oklahoma City has won 5 in a row, and these teams have something to prove tonight.
If you like scoring, this is your game. The 2 top scoring teams in the NBA, featuring 4 of the top 12 individual scores. It begins with Steph Curry. There'll be points aplenty tonight.
Well, the MVP is even better this year. What he did in Washington his last game was remarkable. 11-3, 7 of them in the first quarter. Former scoring champ at age 21. Durant can do it all. He's big. He can shoot over the outside. He can go inside. No one attacks the basket, particularly with his size, like Russell Westbrook in this league.
And then you think of the picture-perfect jump shot of Klay Thompson. He's been averaging 37 a game his last 4.
You've got 4 of the great scorers in the NBA right now. Compelling matchups. You've got stars, shooting stars, 2 on each team. You've got a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer in Stephen Curry, a future Hall of Famer in Kevin Durant. Could it get any better? I'll tell you right now, you're not going to stop all of these players, but can the Warriors contain those 2?
Do they play any defense at all when it matters? If they do, look to the power forwards, because when Draymond Green can play as part of the focal point of the offense and then deny you inside, he'll be matched up against Serge Ibaka, who's made himself into a 3-point shooter, and they call him Serge Ibaka for a reason. Greg and Gary back at Oracle. Thunder and Warriors on the way.
It was just 3 years ago that Jim Harbaugh had the 49ers 5 yards away from a Super Bowl victory. That's Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins. They just signed Adam Gase as their new head coach. The rumor mill will have Harbaugh going to the Dolphins. That's not going to happen. 2 best teams in pro football duel tomorrow. Today, here at Oracle, it's 2 of the best 3 teams in the NBA finally meeting. 45-4 Warriors up against the Oklahoma City Thunder at 38-13. Welcome to the Crown Royal Club. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean getting you ready for tip-off, which is going to be delayed just ever so slightly. The Oklahoma City Thunder have 2 of the great scorers in the NBA. Back-to-back scoring titleist. It was Kevin Durant who won it 4 times a couple of years ago. Last year, it was Russell Westbrook who won the award. So let's figure out how to guard these guys. Starting with Russell Westbrook, St. You'd think it'll be a matchup of the point guards, Curry and Westbrook, but probably the Warriors are going to have to cross-match tonight and put Klay Thompson on Westbrook.
Makes complete sense. This is where I think Klay rises to the occasion. Now, this guy, you've got to keep him off the free throw line, take away his right hand, and don't let him get out in the open floor. He's going to attack the rim just like this. He is just electric when he has space and can go to his right. So it's going to be about Clay's body position. In the half court, when it's up on top, he's going to have that left leg up a little bit, trying to influence him to go to his left, and you're going to make him shoot over the top of you. Take away the drive, make him hit the jumper.
So that's an obvious cross match there. You put Steph Curry on Dion Waiters. You put Clay on Russell Westbrook. I'm going to defer to you on how to guard Durantula, who was virtually unguardable. They list him at 6'9", but his arms stretch out to about 7 feet. He can shoot a three, can put it on the deck. I see him posting more. They're running pick and rolls with Westbrook. So how do you guard Kevin Durant, Sam?
He is a beautiful player. What a great shooter. And that's what he's really improved, his ability to put the ball on the floor. He can shoot off the bounce or off the catch. He's very unique in the sense that his ball is very, very high. So with him, opposite of Westbrook, you want to get up and play him right and tight and make him a driver. Take away the open jump shot. And he is having a terrific season. That pick and roll coverage will be something to watch for when they run that 1-3 pick and roll.
Yeah.
Do you switch that because Clay, Barnes, Iguodala will all be involved in that play? I think the Warriors have a big advantage where who is Waiters and Morrow going to guard?
Anthony Morrow.
That's a big, big positive for the Warriors.
You know, when the Spurs came in on January the 25th, there was such tremendous buildup for that game for weeks and weeks. We talked about it on the show for months.
Yeah.
People have not talked about this matchup, and this one's scaring me a little bit because Oklahoma City is playing really well. They've won 18 of the last 20 since Christmas Day. And very frankly, Saint, if the Warriors don't guard people better than they did Wednesday in Washington against the Wizards, John Wall went for 41 points and 10 assists. This could be a tough game tonight.
Well, Steve Kerr had another one of those video sessions yesterday with the guys and said, hey, we won those 3 games, but our quality of play, turnovers and defense, well, that's what you got to watch out for with OKC, because if you turn it over, they're flying. They are very, very athletic. And you're not going to guard and shut people down. These 2 guys are great players. You've got to do it as a team with 5 guys. This is when the Warriors are sharp. This is where they excel. They love these challenges. I think they're going to be really fired up for this game. It's going to be a great one.
They are 22-0 at home, and they've won 40 in a row at home dating back to last year. Steph Curry, obviously, you hope they don't try to put on too big of a show with all the celebrities in the crowd. Tonight we saw Jim Harbaugh, Chris Collinsworth is on the floor, Beyonce and Jay-Z are here. It's a star-studded crowd, so you don't want them to get a little bit showtimey and have the turnover total be high. But you're calm tonight. You think they'll play well tonight?
I really do. They rise to the occasion. Steve Kerr really believes that, and they just get it done, and they're at home. We're ready. Look at that shot.
Enjoy the game. Warriors and Thunder next. We'll see you afterwards on Honda Warriors Post Game Live.
It's Toyota.
It's time for tip-off. Here's Spitz and JB.
All right, MVP. Sold out Oracle. The buzz in the building is palpable. Who's who courtside and in the stands. And our first look at the Thunder and the Warriors. Both 18-3 since Christmas. 2 of the hottest teams in the NBA. 2 of the elite squads in terms of firepower, Jim.
Well, we talk about Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant. Any of these players, each of them capable of a 40-point night. You just never know when one will erupt. You look at Westbrook, last year without Durant, he had 9 40-point games. He had a 54-point game. Westbrook took over to average over 28 points a game last year.
Well, think about it. Westbrook's coming off consecutive triple-doubles, and Draymond Green's doing exactly the same thing.
They're going to do it very differently. But I'll tell you something. I'm so happy Kevin Durant is healthy again. I was concerned about that foot, that it may linger. Missing those 55 games.
Well, this is a Thunder team that says all that talk about Cleveland and San Antonio and certainly the Warriors. What about us? Anyone looked at our record lately? And so OKC's been pointing to this game, and the Warriors have risen to the occasion against the best the league has to offer. Our Xfinity starting lineups: Stephen Curry with Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green and Andrew Bogut. Noah Zealy backing up Bogut tonight. That'll be a factor.
I think it is a big factor.
Russell Westbrook, Dion Waiters, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Steven Adams. Oklahoma City's a lot taller than people think. Jim, expand on that. Not a lot behind Bogut. His foul trouble becomes critical.
I believe Andrew Bogut has to stay in the game a lot of minutes tonight. Zealy will be missed. They've got a front line that's big and rugged.
The Rolling Thunder indeed at 12-1. Danny Crawford to toss it up. Danny Crawford, Derek Collins, JT Orr will blow the whistles tonight. Harrison Barnes opens on Durant.
It's a tough assignment for Steph Curry.
And firing to Steven Adams to slam it home. Westbrook that time driving to dish.
It's imperative if Stephen Curry can keep Westbrook in front of him, not have to rely on Bogut switching, because you see the damage.
Klay Thompson catch and shoot three. Off iron. Andre Roberson is out, so Dion Waiters, who normally comes off the bench, is getting the start. Acquired from Cleveland, he also is an elite scorer.
He's struggled the last couple of games, failed to reach double digits. Not a great shooter. 39-40% this year.
Shot clock at 2. Westbrook, 29% three-point shooter. Takes 4 of them a game, and he rails the triple.
You still got to keep him on the outside. He does most damage in.
Harrison Barnes missing the 3. Kevin Durant, so smooth.
And he rises up. He's 6'10". He can't get to the shot. Warriors have to shoot a big percentage tonight. They're going to need some scoring to match Oklahoma City.
Warriors average 115, OKC 110. Steph Curry missing the 3, and the Warriors have begun cold.
You got to go under that screen, and Bogut has to give a little verbal help.
Durant making it look easy.
Harrison Barnes at half court got picked. That should never happen.
First game back from a long road trip. Sometimes there's a clunker early. The Warriors have been traveling an awful lot in the last couple weeks. And Harrison Barnes breaking the seal.
Well, he just forced the action there and got away with it, and good for him. He just was so determined he could not be stopped. That's the way to go under that screen. Now it's tough over there. You got to mix and match, go over, under with Westbrook. And I'd go under most of the time.
Adams losing it out of bounds. And Bogut kept bothering him.
I think Andrew's seen a lot of rugby in his days in Australia.
You got an Aussie versus a New Zealander there.
There you go. There's a natural rivalry.
Harrison Barnes off the feed from Draymond.
You got to stop the ball here at the attack of the ball. Right now they're doing anything they want. Oklahoma City getting the spots on the floor.
ISO Durant.
They do a lot of ISOs with him.
KD losing it out of bounds.
Oklahoma City will do ISOs more than any team in the league. Fewest number of passes in a half-court set.
Right down the middle. All those high screens, OKC overplayed it.
Use those screens effectively. Make him switch out there. Make him lose track of the biggie.
Ibaka's become a three-point shooter at 38%. He's taken over 100 and making that one there.
He's 38%, just under last year.
That ball was kicked.
There's the switch. Adams and the release by Bogut. Just love that.
Billy Donovan taking over for Scott Brooks. He's done an excellent job. Thunder are 5th in the league in field goal percentage defense. And Adams a reason why as he sends that away.
Well, Donovan, remember, it was a quick little trip to Orlando. Thought he was going to be an NBA coach there. Went back to Florida. 19 years at Florida. As you saw, they won 2 championships, 06, 07. But he's put a lot of NBA players into the league.
Thunder are 3rd in the league in blocks. The Warriors are 4th. Out of bounds play, run perfectly.
What a great start from Harrison.
So Harrison's got 6 of the Warrior 8. The Thunder have yet to miss a shot. And Durant cannot can't reach in on him. Both he and Westbrook shoot over 7 free throws a game.
You might want to shade to the ball a little more when they're making that down pick for Kevin Durant. I know he can go back door, but it's pretty congested in there with Bogut. I think he'll see all the action, and it'll prevent him from turning that corner off that screen.
Well, Warriors season ticket holders, those coveted season tickets, renew them by March 17th. Get all the exclusive access you've enjoyed. Unique opportunity to secure playoff tickets at 888-GSW-HOOP. Representatives ready to help you right now. Hottest ticket in sports. A Warrior game at Oracle. Free throws down. Curry with the pump fake. And Steph a little long.
This is where Westbrook is dangerous. He'll go one-on-one at you.
You mentioned ISOs, and we see it a lot. Westbrook inside, and if the Thunder never miss, they will win. 6 of 6 field, 2 of 2 on threes, 2 of 2 from the line. A perfect offensive beginning. Klay Thompson, smart pump fake.
Okay, they switched on that play. Westbrook had him. He had a little angle to the basket. Smartly pulled up, didn't try to force it and go all the way. And the pump fake gets leapers into the air.
You always say, Jim, leapers like to leap. And speaking of leaping, Westbrook finally a miss.
They'll be better in the open court here.
Harrison open 3. Yes, sir.
So if they can finally get some stops, they got one that time. And you see the result at the offensive end.
Warriors first 3. OKC started with the first 9 points of the game. And the Warriors have gotten back into it. Grant leaner, and every rebound becomes critical. Deep 3, Steph Curry. And looking for his first field goal. Coming off that 51-point game in Washington. Look how smooth Durant is.
Look how long Durant is to go around Bogut and still get it up. Oh, he's going through the air sideways. His length is phenomenal. His touch, impeccable.
Bogut at the high post. Draymond's got Westbrook on a switch. Tries to bulldog him, but shot it a little strong. Westbrook looking for a seam and just careens his way into contact, and he'll shoot free throws.
He's fearless. Ferocious and fearless. I don't know how you stop him. You got to pick him up early enough. He gets that head of steam. He's going to go right through you.
4th pick in 2008 out of UCLA. The 8th year for Russell Westbrook. A starter on the All-Star team. He'll also be on the Rio Olympic team as well. Steve Kerr's going to use a timeout. 6:28 and a wild beginning to this one. The Thunder have started 7 of 10, and OKC with a 6-point lead. Kevin Durant has 8 already, and yet it's Harrison Barnes with his 9 with JC and Beyonce enjoying it.
CSN California.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors trail the Thunder by 6. Tonight's game is surrounded by a lot of curiosity about the upcoming free agency period. So I spoke with Warriors GM Bob Myers about his strategy. And first, he said chemistry is a big key to our success. And chemistry is built through continuity. It happens over months, over practices and years. He said these players have earned the right to stay together. But he also said the main goal is to make the team the best it can be. And if you're not getting better, you're probably getting worse. So in that pursuit, he said they are aggressive and looking for deals and canvassing the league as well. But all of these outside discussions do not disrupt what the Warriors are doing on the court right now.
That's always been the way, Roz. This team knows they're the it team. There's buzz. There's always discussion. And yet they play through everything, and they don't really worry about it. Steph drawing the foul, and behind the line there should shoot 3.
Well, it was a little quick hit inside to Draymond Green, and somehow it sucked in Russell Westbrook. I don't know why he left Steph Curry in the corner to get the ball back to take the shot.
Also finish Rostad there as Steph will shoot 3. The offseason will be worried about in the offseason.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, the Warrior players don't deal with that stuff now.
That's a shooter's dream. Who has a dribble left, hasn't terminated the dribble at all. He can go to the basket if he wants, and you get a defender running at you. It's a dream.
Well, the Thunder made a big mistake there because Steph had missed his first 3 shots. You let him see the ball go through the basket 3 times from the foul line.
I couldn't agree more. He could have prevented him from even catching the ball. Westbrook got caught.
So Clay taking a turn on Westbrook here. It's a tough cover for Harrison. Kevin Durant is rolling with 11 already.
Well, the Warriors will be tested tonight. They're the #1 field goal percentage shooting team from 3-point range, and they're the #1 defending it as well. We'll see what happens. They'll be tested tonight.
Steph rebounding the Clay miss. And Steph and Clay are 1 of 7. And the Warriors are down 7.
It'll change.
See, they switch that high pick and roll. They puts Durant on Curry. He hits the 3 anyway.
Maybe he likes the taller defender to shoot over the top. Makes it get it up in the air. A little more arc.
All these post-up ISOs. And Durant is human. Bogut and Adams. And Andrews going to be tagged with a foul.
He just got Durant to take a little back step. That possible move to the basket. And you jab at him. You have that dribble going. Keeps it alive, and the defender has to give ground.
It's a big call there because it's Bogut's 2nd foul.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. This can be a rugged front line. They bring in Cantor. They got Stevie Adams there for Maurice Spates, who's not a great defender.
Thunder turning it over. And Danny Crawford and JT Orr going to talk about it and correct that. Still OKC ball. Without McAdoo and without Ezeli, the pressure on Spates, particularly rebounding the ball, is significant.
I like to switch here and have Thompson on Westbrook and put Curry on Waiters. Waiters is not going to be a prolific scorer like Westbrook.
See, they ISO'd Steph right away, and Draymond and Adams, that's why the size is an issue.
Yeah, I keep thinking of Festus Ezeli.
And Westbrook making the Warriors pay. Every defensive rebound will be critical tonight. Steph drawing the double. The pick and fade. And Mo misfiring. Draymond working the offensive glass.
He's so alert all the time. Knows exactly where the ball is. That's nowhere to go.
That's an offensive foul.
Well, there are 2 men to beat, and one was already set. As he comes down, Iguodala doesn't allow him to come back to the middle. So he's squeezed in there, and he's going right into Draymond Green. Beautifully done. That's good team defense.
And with Draymond and Iguodala, they know Westbrook's not passing. He's driving to score or get fouled every time. So he's picked up his 2nd, and then a T on top of it. And Steph Curry dropping in the free throw.
He didn't think that was a charge. I love the way he does it. I respect his play. I've told you before, his size, no one goes to the basket. I can't remember anybody going to the basket like that with that kind of desire, discipline, the ferocity that he has and possesses.
You mentioned Enes Kanter. He checks in for the first time. Acquired from Utah a year ago. Klay Thompson fading on Durant.
Durant never got off the ground. And with that little step back jump shot that Klay Thompson has, he's a little taller than you think. He's a good 6'7".
Thunder started with that 9-0 lead. They're shooting it at 64%, and yet the Warriors are right with them. Westbrook missing, and Cantor into the offensive glass.
Once again, he beats Thompson halfway, and Maurice Spates comes over and leaves his man.
Steph, he had Durant on his heels. And then he and Draymond miscommunication 3-on-1. Waiters unable to finish. So now Bogut sits in 6 straight second chance points for the Thunder.
This is what you and I talked about before the game. This, to me, was the whole danger, besides those 2 great scorers.
Curry inside. The bump, the bucket, and an opportunity for a 3-point play.
How about the slide through? Kanter has no idea where he's going on this play. Cross it over, up, whoops. I'm going to slide under that sweeping right arm. He's a wizard. And I'll tell you what, he knows how to use English on that glass. Spin that ball to the right spot.
So Curry missed his first 3 shots, but now is rolling with 10.
Well, like you said, getting to the free throw line.
That was it.
It's
got him going. Durant knocked away. And the ricochet out of bounds to the Warriors.
Iguodala got that steal.
Spates and Iguodala with Steph, Barbosa now, and Draymond.
When Spates switches off there, he's got to give ground. He can't try to stay alongside Durant. He'll get burned. There's the double.
That's a shot. Mo's got a hit. The pick and fade.
Pick and pop. Yep. Pick and pop, fade, whatever you want to call it. That will work if they double team. And if Maurice is on, it'll make up for any defensive deficiencies.
Cameron Payne is 3. Missing out of the corner. Lead to Steph. What a catch. Couldn't flip it in. Barbosa keeps it alive. Draymond rolling. Cycling it inside. The Warriors' first lead of the night. The Thunder getting a feel for Oracle. Mo buckets. And then LB. And the Warriors take the lead for the first time. And they love it at Oracle. Warrior basketball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Ring Central. Ring Central, business communications made simple. The Warrior passing is brilliant already with 7 assists. And finally, their first lead of the night. Our Lexus pursuit of perfection. Jim, against the very best the NBA has to offer, not only are the Warriors 9-0, but the average margin of victory has been 17.
Well, when you beat Cleveland by 30+, you beat Chicago by 30+.
And you beat Memphis by 50.
Oh, that helps, doesn't it? That's been so long ago, I forgot about it.
Barbosa went for the steal.
That's a double touch.
He touched it last.
That is a double touch off of Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne, 14th pick out of Murray State. Looking for some depth on this OKC roster. Kyle Singler, who also was acquired a year ago. Enes Kanter, Adams, Durant, and Payne.
It's going to test the defense of Payne here.
Spates. Off iron. When you don't have a Zealy, Mo's got to hit those jumpers.
Well,
and he's going to get looks.
He's not as comfortable taking that ball and attacking like Draymond Green does in that situation, right down the middle.
They're missing McAdoo and Ezeli and hurting the Warrior front court depth. And against Kanter and Adams and Ibaka, I mean, that was one of your concerns pregame.
I wrote it down in big letters about Ezeli. And, of course, it's been a long, long time since we've seen McAdoo.
Payne denied at the rim. Barbosa the board.
He has a nose for the ball.
Curry offline. Singler went flying at him, bothered him on the shot.
Well, he's usually long or short. Very, very rarely do you see him go right or left.
Yeah, Steph is 2 of 7 right now. Durant. He's like a video game.
Well, he's got the shooting touch and skills of Bob McAdoo, if you remember him, and George Gervin. He's got moves like George Gervin. He's got a handle like Magic.
And he's got the body of Kevin Garnett.
Very good.
Except he's an off guard.
He's got the size, but he can handle the ball like Magic Johnson used to.
Curry behind the back. Draymond lob. And blocked from behind. Good Thunder defense. Better Warrior defense. Draymond on the counterattack. In on the rugged Adams. Barbosa three. Good!
Heck of a play there because they had a big layup at the other end. And they get that steal. That's a big swing for them. Thunder will go 2 for 1 here. Plenty of time to get a shot and still get the last one.
Durant shoots it from Fremont, but missing that deep three. Iguodala back to Draymond Green.
Their transition from defense to offense is everything for this club. It's so vital. You just get great looks all the time because they're so unselfish and they know how to run the lanes.
1 second difference, game and shot clock. Winding down the scintillating first quarter. Singler. Steph bothered and got a piece of that. And that will do it for the first. You want to run with the Warriors? You want to get up and down? So the quarter not quite over. 7/10 different game and shot clock. And that shot never hit iron. So it's Warrior ball with 7/10. That is time to secure and attempt a shot. And this is where you'd like to get it to Spates at midcourt. Instead, it's Curry. And now that will do it. So 36-31. You enjoy that first quarter?
Not bad for a team that missed their first 6 or 7 shots to put 36 on the board.
Warrior lead at 5 after the first 12 minutes.
I'm Klay Thompson, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champs.
Warrior lead at 5. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Ross Gold on Wood A with you at Oracle. Our Geico Advanced Analytics. You talk about the 4 teams with the best records, the championship contenders, and defensively, opponents' field goal percentage and opponents' 3-point field goal percentage. This is what separates the Warriors from the other teams vying for the title.
Well, particularly when you shoot the number of threes, you're number 1 in makes, 13 threes plus a game. When you shoot that kind of percentage and then you defend it, it gives you a huge advantage every night in the box score.
Yeah, Thunder shoot 50%. Steph and Clay are 4 of 13. And yet OKC's losing.
Well, you've got the backcourt. Thompson, Curry combined for 14, like you say. Westbrook and Waiters, 9, all from Russell Westbrook. They just weathered the storm. But you and I talked about, and you could just see when Steph Curry got that first foul and shooting 3 free throws, got him going.
Yep.
He was 5 for 5 from the line in the period. Barbosa's moving very well tonight.
Leandro with 7 off the bench and already with 3 rebounds.
Yeah, he is very alert and lively. His size, he can shoot outside. We know that. He's made a 3 tonight, but he can get to the basket. He knows how to finish. He's got a knack for it.
And for Cameron Payne, there was no one at Murray State that moved like Barbosa.
Probably not. Not in the conference.
85% free thrower, curling that one out. And this canter is a load for Harrison Barnes. He pulls his way in. Bogut came at just the right time.
Harrison does as well as anybody I've seen for his size defending bigger people, though. He is strong from his waist down with those legs.
Identified the mismatch. Barnes shooting over Payne, but misfiring there. What Waiters was trying to do, but the mishandle forced him to recover. You don't see the Thunder very often without Westbrook or Durant on the floor. And this is a time for the Warrior reserves to have the edge. Bosa continues to cut. Cantor switches on him.
He curls out Bogut up top, just keeps going.
Shot clock at 5. Iguodala, his first shot of the night.
I like that. But I'm telling you something, he gets an opening there, and he's got Cannon on him, or Adams, whoever it is, he can take him off the dribble and cram it home. That opportunity is there.
Waiters is the scorer in this group along with Cantor. And you're seeing two-man game and ISO between those two. Livingston got a piece.
Where's foul charge to Sean Livingston. First personal, first team foul.
Well, they did the same thing that they did to Curry there. Waiters has yet to score. Now he's going to get 3 free throws. So he'll be on the board.
Yeah, John knew it was a foul. He's a little frustrated. He cleared the body nicely. He just didn't mean to catch the wrist. Dion Waiters was not fitting in Cleveland. And yet, I think the Thunder have been trying to replace James Harden ever since they traded him.
To get a third scorer. Yep, you're right. Who's their third scorer? They've got one in Anthony Morrow, but he's the designated three-point shooter. Although I think he's refined his game pretty well, former Warrior. But Dion Waiters, when he scores, he's a volume shooter, Bob.
No, there's no question. In 40% from the field.
He was 39 last year.
Yeah, and that's you see Steph and Clay, you see Durant, Westbrook, you see these elevated, efficient percentages. And Waiters is going to get you, as you said, Jim, with volume.
Yeah, and that means he better be playing defense, and I'm not so sure that is one of his strengths.
Livingston, Barbosa, Bogut, Barnes, and Iguodala. John, ISO, mid-range, and just a little flat. Flying at Waiters.
I like Payne here. I think he's going to be a really good player.
You see Cantor inside, banging with the big boys. And Bogut just batted it away. Iguodala attacking, trailing, and to the line.
That's what I like to see Andre Iguodala do in the open court. Keep going at somebody. Thought he had a chance really to finish at the rim himself, but he's always unselfish. He found another player in a slate jersey.
What I like too, though, is Harrison didn't assume Iguodala was going to lay that in or make it. So Harrison full sprint to get involved on the offensive glass or make himself available as a recipient, as the trailer. Tonight's game and all Warrior games on CSN stream live via the NBC Sports Live Extra app on your mobile phone or tablet. Stream the Warriors on the go. And he said Westbrook and Durant do not sit very often. And Steph Curry had gone back to the locker room. And Harrison misses both free throws. Steph had a bloody nose, and they wanted to tend to that. Singler.
They got him on the wrist.
But Iguodala wanted the tie-up first. But he played through it and then drew the foul. And Bogut picking up his third foul.
Now that's critical. It's just tough.
So Mo Spates getting a lot of playing time here. And Bogut may be done for the half with 9:08 remaining.
Well, it's more imperative now that your perimeter defenders defend a little better. They've got to utilize better judgment on the pick and roll, sometimes go underneath, because if Spates gets matched up with someone like Westbrook and Durant when he comes back in the game, it's really tough to defend him.
Harrison Barnes, second Warrior in double digits. He's got 11. Westbrook went right at Spates. Mo gave ground. Westbrook got the rebound and draws the foul. Defensive rebounding right now, if you're in a slate jersey, has got to be the priority. The Warriors are getting hurt on the glass, 19-13. And these extra opportunities, OKC's too powerful. When Harrison Barnes kicking in with double digits already.
Go places.
working on Kevin Durant in the upper quad area, with the Warriors having the lead right now. Our Ford right choice. What you like about the Warriors and the Thunder is the way you build through the draft. If you don't miss on picks year after year, you can start to really put together a squad. And Sam Presti's done an outstanding job in Oklahoma City, as has Bob Myers here with the Warriors. Waiters acquired in a trade, Bogut acquired, but otherwise you're looking at draft picks up and down that starting lineup. Adams is fouled, and it was Westbrook creating there. So the centers are piling up fouls right now, with Spates and Bogut having 4. We check in with Roz.
In that last time out, Coach Kerr, calm demeanor, but he just echoed the same sentiment you guys had. Everybody's got a rebound. We've got to attack it. We have to finish the defense with a rebound.
And I think that's it, Roz, is that the Warriors are holding now. They have OKC at 41%, Jim.
Yes.
But nothing's more demoralizing than they miss, and it's another whack at it. It's another opportunity. OKC's got too much firepower.
Well, it's trite to say it, but we'll say it again. This is where they missed Festus Ezeli, with Bogut getting into foul trouble. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, Andrew, that little reach foul for his third, critical. The Warriors a long way to play through it. Harrison Barnes is having a night. Shot that over Ibaka. Harrison 6 of 8. Westbrook and Adams, they're taking advantage of Mo Spates right now.
Yes, they are. It's got Mo's head spinning, because he's got to worry about the big scores coming around, and then he's got to try to defend, and then he's got his man taking advantage when he goes to help.
Klay Thompson, nice individual, mid-range. Klay's got 6. So this becomes the Warriors' biggest lead right now. Westbrook attacking Spates again. Steve Kerr doesn't have a lot of options right now. If you try to go super small, Adams and Ibaka will hurt you.
Well, if they just keep scoring, they're okay. And right now, they're going to have to depend on that. Do as best they can. As I say, if you can, perimeter defense could get a little tougher, but not that way. Good recovery.
Morrow, that's as dangerous a three-point shooters you're going to find. The Warriors fortunate there.
I can second that.
Oh, we've seen Amo for years. Just, especially when his feet are set. He's ridiculous. 41% this year. Iguodala got to the baseline.
Westbrook slipped momentarily, gave just enough edge for Andre.
OKC takes time. 6:43 remaining in the half. Bogut on the bench with foul trouble, but the Warriors are shooting 57%. Durant and Westbrook are as good as advertised, but the depth of the Warriors takes a backseat to no one. And I think you said earlier, Jim, Iguodala could get it in and cram it home. Warrior lead at 11 with 6:43 remaining in the first half. Our Shamrock Office Solutions Play of the Week. Have you missed Steph Curry going for 51? It was defensive plays, and then I'm on pavement, I'm open.
You pick up,
remarkable how hot he was that night.
You pick up a ball where you almost get your ankles taken away. You got Jared Dudley still on the floor, and he doesn't take a dribble to the lane to see what's going on. He just takes the shot.
They go inside to Steve Adams again, and he draws another foul. So Steph Curry will tie Timmy Hardaway with his next steal, and a ways to go to catch Chris Mullin, who played more games in a Warrior uniform than anyone.
Well, back to the free throw line. This will be free throws 12 and 13 for Oklahoma City, as opposed to the Warriors' 8 attempted.
And what Billy Donovan is saying, hey guys, we're not shooting it well. The Warriors are rolling. but we're grinding back in with all these offensive rebounds and all the dirty work, and it's a single-digit game.
Second chance points and free throws. Curry's the only person on the Warriors to make a free throw tonight. He's 5 of 5.
OKC's only 2 of 8 shooting in the second. And Livingston is fouled and still able to hit the shot on Ibaka.
Now that is something. Serge Ibaka is 6'10" and a good defender. And Sean challenged him right at the apex here. I mean, he's right in his face. And he raised his hand. I like that. Okay, yeah, I got him. He got a three-point play. That is prime business there.
Serge Ibaka, Congo, and then also a naturalized citizen of Spain. Played for the Spanish national team in the Olympics with the Gasol brothers. You want to talk about size? Mark and Pau Gasol and Serge Ibaka playing.
Well, you see, both teams just utilize that high pick. Steph Curry uses it out there. Westbrook uses it. That's their point of attack.
Durant back in, playing with Westbrook.
Durant just prefers one-on-one.
They're using Adams as the roller. Another offensive rebound. Morrow feet set. Curry came back to help the bigs. Steph in traffic. No look to Speights. Beautifully done.
He occupies defenders and their attention. They stay with him at the three-point line.
Westbrook creating space. Big Mo with a rebound. Warriors' biggest lead right now. Ibaka switches out on the clay. Shot clock at 5. Livingston checks it. Ricochets. Mo's got to launch it. His three. Good! Mo Speights having fun with that one. A 14-3 run.
I'm not sure there's been a bigger shot tonight than that one. Biggest lead of the night.
Durant trying to quiet the crowd. Draymond the rebound in motion.
That's the way the Warriors are. They get gold out of a play. It looked like a turnover.
Speights got Adams up in the air, and he'll get to the line.
I mean, this is big. It's deflected. The clock's at 2. It gets down below 1 as he releases. That's found money.
But how about the awareness? Mo knew. He didn't take a look. He just, I got to put that up.
That's what you're paid to do. No, I have to say I agree, because his back was to the basket. He's not used to looking and seeing the shot clock like the guards.
And that's pretty good dexterity for a big man. He turned all the way around, and it was barely in his hand.
I'll tell you what, the players are going to, at halftime, they're going to give him a pat on the back there and say, Mo, heck of a play there. Way to be aware.
And Mo Speights off the bench tonight with 9 in 9 minutes. And they're playing through Bogut's foul trouble.
He's giving them a lift here, doing the best he can.
Durant. I mean, Clay played good defense. You can't stop him. Draymond to Speights and Morrow. Great hands. And Ibaka will ride in. Steve Kerr going to use a timeout here with a 16-point advantage. 4:07 remaining in the first half. Durant's got 15, Westbrook 11. But the depth of the Warriors is paying off. And you pay all the attention to Steph at the three-point line. The bigs keep running. And the no-look was special.
It is rare to be in the presence of guys from the greatest team in NBA history. So we're pretty lucky today, because we've got one of those players in the house, Steve Kerr from the 1995-96 Chicago Bulls. You defied the cynics, you accomplished big things, you racked up a great record, and you don't get enough credit. I can't imagine how that feels. They're the kind of people you want representing a city, representing the NBA, and the kinds of people that you want our kids to be rooting for.
Our AT&T U-verse Rewind. You win a championship. We have the night we had in Cleveland when it was done. And then you have the parade with 1.1 million. You have the ring ceremony, and then you get to go to the White House. Just all spectacular memories for this Warrior squad. Klay Thompson driving and finishing.
We've seen a lot of that lately from him, taking advantage. He's got double-digit scores now. He's got 10, as does Stephen Curry.
Klay's made 4 straight shots.
Warriors shooting at 60%.
Westbrook. Live with his threes.
Absolutely.
Because the percentage will pay off, but you got to give him credit tonight. He's made both of them. 29% three-point shooting. And he hoists over 4 a game. Iguodala's got Adams on him. He had picked up the dribble. Klay, little hesitation.
Well, that jump stop is working to his favor tonight. Anthony Morrow thought he traveled. Nope, that's just a nice little come to a stop, jump stop, but he just got long legs.
What's the read for the driver? When do you go all the way, or when do you come to the jump stop?
Well, when the man, he had a half a step, and Anthony Morrow was kind of chasing. When you know that, when you come to the stop, he's going to go right by you.
Okay.
And you're just patient with it. You read the defense, perfectly done there.
Size disparity, and Durant getting crushed, and he'll get to the line. And Klay is 6'7". He went to crowd him, and Durant's a head taller. And then he puts it on the deck, and he's just one of the sublime scorers in our game.
Asking a lot of Klay Thompson. Defend Westbrook once in a while, defend Durant.
Now that's, I mean, Jimmy Butler and Klay Thompson are the best two-way off guards in the league. I mean, it's just not, people have to honor and respect their defensive ability. Season ticket priority wait list at Warriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP. Get priority access to the best available season tickets the moment they become available. Enjoy exclusive pre-sale offers for individual tickets, and not only here at Oracle, but in a couple years at the Chase Center. Get on that season ticket priority wait list. Kevin Durant with 17 to lead all scorers. Backing down both free throws. Iguodala open and rimming it out. Warriors pushed it to 20 ever so briefly. Thunder trying to make a push right before halftime. Westbrook missing the jumper. See Steph paying attention to come back to help rebound.
But that's why you keep Westbrook outside.
Curry 3. Draymond, what a rebound. And Harrison Barnes has had the hot hand.
I don't know about the percentages. You give up a layup to take a 3. But this team has been working magic all year. Some coaches have probably cringed at that.
Durant. Oh, man. He is so fun to watch. One-hand pass. Westbrook was ready. Durant is running, catching and finishing.
Well, he tried to outcook him with that pass. Maybe a bounce pass might serve him better, but that was a heck of a steal by Westbrook, nonetheless.
That's a heck of a block. And then Klay Thompson with the foul. The problem is the Warriors are over the limit, too.
Well, Durant decided to play a little defense here. Timed it perfectly. We saw him earlier in this game, very early. In fact, it might have been the Warriors' first basket. Klay Thompson just inside the free throw line. Got up in the air, little fadeaway, and Durant never left the ground. Well, this time he was waiting.
What we're seeing here as the Thunder climb back into the game is why being the 1 seed is so important.
Yes.
Because in the second round, you'd be looking at a 7-game series against the Thunder before you would ever see the Spurs.
You don't want to go there 4 times.
No, you don't want to play this team 7 times.
If you do, you want game 7 here.
I mean, Durant and Westbrook can take a game over. And the two of them have 37 in the first half.
You've got the leading scorer, the 3rd leading scorer, the 7th leading scorer in Westbrook, and the 12th leading scorer in the league in Thompson. The first two, obviously, Curry, Durant, 1 and 3.
It's OKC's big two, 37 to the Warriors, 23. And yet the Warriors still have the advantage. And Draymond drawing a foul. He's gotten so much better at the recognition. If they switch a small on him, he takes him to task.
He just runs right over him. Let's see Waiters. Yeah, but Waiters never, he tried to get position, square up, straight ahead, but he was to the side there, and Draymond felt that. And that's when he terminated the dribble and said, I'm going to go and take it in because there's going to be a lot of contact.
This is the last piece missing in Draymond's game. Passing, brilliant. Defense, off the charts. Rebounding, toughness, amazing. Free throwing.
Yep.
Got to become a better free thrower.
Because he's going to get there a lot.
Splitting the pair.
Green hits the second most free throws on the team next to Curry.
And it knocked away from Adams. Curry, a deep 2. Yes, sir. And we talk about Draymond and free throwing. It's almost like saying there's a smudge on the Mona Lisa. Because he does everything else so brilliantly. And Adams, field goal on the foul. Steven Adams is a monster. He is a huge man. All ball on that steal.
Ends up with a long 2.
Steph did something you never see him do. He actually stepped on the line.
His momentum was coming. His momentum carried him there off the dribble.
Harrison Barnes, great round of applause. 7 of 9, 16 points. We'll likely hear from him right before halftime.
Think about Adams. He's not going to give you a lot of big scoring. About 7 a game. He's going to give you over 6 rebounds a game. He's tough.
Yeah, he's been active with 9 and 5 in this first half. Warrior lead was 5 at the end of 1. They've owned the second quarter. Brandon Rush off the bench, missing that 3. Ibaka running the floor. Missed corner 3s become layups or dunks every time.
Well, they've cut the 20-point lead to 12 here. We'll see if the Warriors can get it back to 14 or 15.
Going to try to play for the last shot. A little bit over 2-second game shot clock difference. Winding down, really entertaining first half.
2 screens up top, go left or right.
Ibaka switches out on Steph. Gains a bit of separation and hits.
Saw ball handling.
At 2, Ibaka for 3, and that will do it. 5-point lead at the end of 1. Settles at 14 at halftime, and the Warriors roll out 73 in the first half. Steph and Clay with 27, but Durant and Westbrook with 37. Harrison Barnes the difference with 16. He's alongside Roz.
HB, OKC, they have a size advantage, but what are the ways you can make up for that on the glass?
Just trying to use our speed. I mean, they got 2 great players on their team, so anytime we can try to get them out in transition, move the ball around and try to get easy shots, that's going to put us at an advantage.
When you guys did get the rebound, you did get out and off to the races. How much of a mental edge does that give you guys, especially in a big game like this?
It allows us to get settled in. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of excitement coming in this game, so anytime we can get out, get everybody easy baskets, that gets us settled in.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Guys?
Well, you're looking at 14 fast break points, Roz. Speed versus size, and the Warriors up 14. Kelly Johnson in the studio for Warrior Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box. Right after this.
With the NFL spotlight on Santa Clara tomorrow, tonight all eyes in the NBA on Oracle Arena. And right now, the Warriors lead the Thunder by 14 at the half. Kevin Durant leading all scorers right now with 23. As we welcome you into Jack in the Box Halftime Live, I'm Kelly Johnson. It is the eve of Super Bowl 50. Coming up, some Hall of Fame news for the 49ers and Raiders with all eyes right here on the Bay Area. But first, other action around the NBA. Lakers and Spurs, Kobe Bryant's final game in San Antonio. First quarter, Kobe. His first shot attempt hits the fadeaway jumper. In the second quarter, Spurs have 9, shot clock expiring. LaMarcus Aldridge fires the shot and beats the buzzer. Everyone's standing around watching that. Later in the second, Lakers down 4. Lou Williams hits Jordan Clarkson for the alley-oop slam, and right now it is 81-79 Lakers at the end of third. Much more Warriors Halftime Live coming up after the break. Steph Curry right now with 14 first half points as they lead at 73-59.
Our Jack in the Box at the half with the Warrior lead at 14. Now Durant and Westbrook have 37. Steph and Clay only have 27. The difference in this game, Harrison Barnes was 16, and the Warrior bench a 23-4 advantage over the OKC reserves.
The Warriors haven't had to rely on their three-point shooting tonight. Right. They've got 5 made threes. Oklahoma City has 4. That hasn't been a factor. They're not turning the ball, or I love 3 turnovers in a whole half, and Oklahoma City makes you pay that way. But they're beating them with the hustle, the savvy, and when they do defend, they're getting out in the open court, and they're making a lot of twos, and they're getting a lot of shots around the basket, thus 59%.
Kevin Durant is still scary, though. When you look at our KFC Nashville hot chicken shot chart, Durant with 23, 8 of 13, and you have the feeling that he could go for 60.
And he's trying to get to the basket tonight. He's not settling for three-point shots, not trying to do it the easy way. He's made 6 of his 6 free throws attempted.
But the Warrior bench has been brilliant. 23 points off the bench. And whether it's Iguodala or Spates or Barbosa, they're all kicking in at just the right time.
Spates leads him with a 9, Barbosa 7. I thought he changed the game. That's what you want someone to do when he comes in off the bench. Spates has been really good at the offensive end. This was a big 3, showing off for his former coach in Billy Donovan, who he played for at Florida.
Both teams shot it well at the beginning, but the Warriors own the second quarter. The assist-to-turnover ratio, Steve Kerr will love 15-3.
Absolutely, and this is one of the reasons they've got the lead right now at 14. They had it up to 20 at one point. They're playing an excellent basketball game, and they're doing it with the entire team.
Got to keep scoring. The work only halfway done. Third quarter on the way. Get ready to start the second half. Moments ago, our Rouse Gold on Woody caught up with Warrior assistant Jaron Collins.
Coach, OKC keeps chipping away at the league. What is crucial to keeping them in check?
Well, we got to take care of their 2 best players, obviously, in Westbrook and Durant. Any one of those guys can catch fire in the second half and get their team back into the game. So we just got to do a really good job of loading up to them when they have the ball and stopping them in their isolation sets.
Who could be some of the best options against Kevin Durant? He seemed to found it his way when he's had the ball. Yeah, well, Andre did a fantastic job on him. Harrison. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're going to send multiple bodies to him. He's a heck of a talent down there. And at the end of the day, we want to get him inside the three-point line, take away his three-point shot, and have him shoot contested jump shots without fouling, keep him off the foul line, and just live with the results. All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Ross.
And sometimes with Westbrook and Durant, you just live with the results. Ibaka contesting that. Harrison Barnes with the air ball. Durant misfiring.
Curry thought about throwing it down earlier to Draymond.
Draymond couldn't get by the big man in Adams. So 70 or more 9 times. No other team in the NBA has more than one 70-point half. And Waiters with the first bucket of the second half.
Well, I'm sure Billy Donovan talked about better defense from their club. I don't know how they're going to do it. Warriors had 36, we thought was pretty good. In the first quarter, they came back with 37.
Steph He is 4 of 11 tonight.
That's what makes the lead even more impressive.
Westbrook banging, bumping, and scoring. You just never see an athlete like that play point guard. I mean, he's big and strong and fast and aggressive. And Curry, he's getting knocked away.
He just lost the handle. He started to make the pass and it slipped right out of his hands.
Bogut knew right away that's his 4th foul.
Oh.
He was not happy about it.
Steph has the ball here. He's starting to throw it inside to Draymond Green and couldn't hold on to it.
It's a dangerous beginning to this second half.
Very frustrating, if you ask me.
Westbrook, Durant, Dion Waiters, Ibaka, and Steven Adams. Westbrook misfiring on the jumper.
Bogus played less than 11 minutes in the game.
And off the ball, Ibaka with the foul. So Bogut with 4. No other player has more than 2 for either team. Clay faked the pass to Mo, now gives it to him. Draymond attacking. And look at Mo Spates getting the offensive glass.
That was a great no call. Went right to the teeth of the defense. But by the contact, it opened up an avenue for them to get another offensive rebound. They've done a great job of that, the Warriors have, just as well as Oklahoma City, this team tonight.
Rams. And Mo Spates with a block. Klay Thompson wheels, fires, and hits. Just when you think Oklahoma City's making their surge, here are the world champs sending them away.
Okay, Klay can go one-on-one, but he can also come off screens in the team system. You might have heard Steve Kerr say, move the ball, but he went on and scored himself.
And Durant couldn't collect that. Touched it on the baseline, and OKC turns it over. With the tempo, with the scoring, you got to like a game. 4 Warrior turnovers, only 8 for the Thunder.
Yes.
Very well played.
For teams that take their high-risk teams. Up and down, back and forth, high scoring. Going to be more mistakes. Curry's coming off 100 miles an hour there. Pick and pop.
There it is. Well, you forget Mo's had an off year, shooting only 38%. But he won games single-handedly last year. He had several games, including the Thunder game, where he was just spectacular. And Steph will be called for the foul.
I remember that trip. He did it in Oklahoma City in the 4th quarter and then did it again in Charlotte. 15, 16 points in the 4th quarter. Here it is. You're going to get 2 men here. Adams jumps. Spades pops.
And that's the thing about Steph. He's 4 of 11. Sure, he'd love to have a big game, but he's always going to make the right play. And the right play is a wide-open jumper as Westbrook hits the free throw. You talk about that, Jim. Throw the percentages out the window. When a guy in the NBA is wide open.
Yeah, his percentages go way up. He's an NBA player for a reason. I love the way Danny Crawford interacts with the players.
The best. You know, now that our friend Dick Bavetta is retired, well, you know, Danny is one of the elite of the elite. He handles and manages people terrifically.
Well, late in that 2nd quarter when Draymond Green ran over Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters went and talked to him and they ended up laughing about it.
Yeah. Mo had the hot hand, misfiring there. Durant, little casual. Curry on the counterattack. Steph reversing it up and in.
I'll tell you what, the defender has no idea what he's doing, what he's going to do. Because Stephen Curry, when he comes across half court, has several ideas in mind, and he just improvises. He had no idea half court, that's where it was going to end up.
Ibaka didn't want the 3. Trap pocket 5, Waiters driving. Reversing, out. There's 2.8. That reverse shot never hit the rim. So no reset of the shot clock.
Coming down, zigzagging. He knows he's got a big man, so he's going to attack him. And he just puts him out to bay there. And Dion Waiters, that slingshot off. You come that hard off the glass, there's no way.
24-second violation. Warriors pushed it way out.
Well,
and they couldn't get a shot off.
Waiters has not hurt the Warriors at all offensively.
He is 1 of 4.
In fact, tonight he's probably hurt his own team a little more.
With a post-up. Baca, good defense there. Sent Barnes away.
Their defense is picked up.
Curry on Westbrook. Pump fake.
He wanted a foul, didn't get it.
And then Spates will pick up the foul.
That whole shot by Steph Curry there was all about getting to the line. Watch the pump fake. There's contact. He jumps into a little bit. He doesn't get the call. I guess they felt he initiated the contact.
I think that was the ruling. And Westbrook tried to do the same.
Yep, he got to the contact also.
Very consistent. And Steph, they let Ibaka fly by and finished.
Shot blockers will do it every time.
OKC takes time. 6:58 remaining in the third. You know about his three-point shooting, but he shoots 60% in the paint. He's clever, smart, skilled, and it doesn't matter your size.
That's like shooting fish in a barrel.
A gamer can be.
Kelly Johnson here with the Sportsnet Central update. Former 49ers owner Eddie DeBartolo Jr. was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame today as a contributor after leading the franchise to 5 Super Bowl titles. Also among the 8-member class, late Raiders legend Ken Stabler selected from the Seniors Committee. Our Mindy Bach will have much more tonight on Sportsnet Central. Now back to Fitz and JB.
All right, Kelly, very excited for Mr. D as Eddie DeBartolo goes to the Hall of Fame, and great for Raider Nation and Ken Stabler. Certainly a great honor for his family, and the Snake will always be remembered in the Bay. Kevin Durant misfiring there, and Draymond Green the rebound. Durant hasn't scored yet in the second half after 23 in the first half. Steph started 2 of 8. He's 4 of 6 since. But he and Clay are 1 of 8 on threes. And another turnover. Waiters unable to finish. And Durant's able to clean it up.
Great hands. That's all that was. A little bit of height.
Back-to-back turnovers. This, you don't want to fuel OKC. They average 110. They got the firepower to never be out of a game. I don't mind Ibaka becoming a three-point shooter, Jim. I know he can make some, but he's not on the offensive glass.
That's true, too. Took him 4 years to become a double-digit scorer. A couple years ago, he averaged 15 a game. Now he's at 13.
Draymond inside. Gets his own rebound, fresh 24.
Smart what he did there. Bring it out.
And Harrison, nice pump fake, but the Warriors missing the mark here. And Curry, do we have the pass and crash? It's a blocking foul before the pass.
Let's see what kind of collision you get. Steph dishes it off. Yeah, there's no way.
And Steven Adams kind of clotheslined him a little bit here. Boom.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that would be one
to take a look at.
That would be a replay opportunity for a flagrant. They elected not to look at it, but that's unnecessary contact.
It's a tough shot. He got a piece of him. He was caught in between, Clay was. Passing, shooting.
Westbrook. He can take and make jumpers that defy description. Back to the 14-point halftime advantage. Bodies, they keep knocking Curry to the ground. They're making him pay tonight.
Someone's got to move.
He gets around Stevie Adams and sets up Spates. He did it all that time.
Prettiest delivery of the night.
Westbrook, 1,000 miles an hour, bucket, and body.
He comes right back at you. The Warriors had nothing going here. Stephen just created it all by his lonesome. And Spates went to the right place. His man's out defending. Going to the hoop. Let the assist man find you.
And off that made basket, Russell Westbrook full-on sprint and just flying to the rim. He's got 5 of 5 from the line. Durant 6 of 6 from the line. And Oklahoma City staying in striking distance. Spates the roller. Better pass to Draymond. A little tic-tac-toe.
Steve Kerr has to love that play right there. Embrace it. Not many teams are willing to do that. Not many teams are even aware of having the ability to make it that way.
Adams rolling himself.
Had to put on the brakes. Try it again. He is really off from three-point range.
Durant off in his own right. 13-point lead in the ball. 3:45 remaining in the third. Westbrook. If he sees it, you're not going to pass it by him.
More turnovers this quarter than all the first half for the Warriors.
You mentioned OKC, the fewest passes, but they keep finding Adams rolling to the bucket. The absence of Bogut has emboldened Stevie Adams.
He's having a pretty big night for him.
He's got 11 and 8. Mo's been terrific with 15 off the bench.
2 free throws coming.
So now Draymond with 3 fouls.
Adams' season high is 17.
Living in the free throw. All the all-star apparel with Steph, Clay, and Draymond going to Toronto. The jerseys, t-shirts, women's, men's, and youths. All at Warriors.com, courtesy of Adidas. Time out on the floor. The Warrior lead at 12.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors up 12 on the Thunder. The Warriors are celebrating Black History Month by highlighting a local African-American who's making impact for every day of the month of February. In tonight's McDonald's True Story, we highlight Guapale, a Oakland native, a soul and R&B singer who supports social and political change through her music. And her dad is a South African exiled political activist, and her mom is an American-born Israeli Jew. So they fueled her passion for her community, and it translates into her music. For more information, check Warriors.com/Black History Month every day this month for a new profile.
Good stuff, Roz. You see the NBA do such a great job during Black History Month. And so many of the league's executives and coaches and players embracing that. Andre Iguodala came up with that slogan there. Black History Month is golden. And those t-shirts are all throughout Oracle. Another turnover and a foot race. And the Warriors fortunate. Westbrook was tapping it back to Durant. And Tim, it's a little nervous time right now. It's a 12-point lead, but the Thunder have had the edge in play. You mentioned the Warriors already 5 turnovers this quarter after 3 in the entire first half.
Yeah, that can be your Achilles heel, and it just makes it easy for someone to get back into the game.
Thunder picked up the defense. So the Warriors are not hitting at that crazy rate at 59%.
You never want to beat yourself.
Barbosa 3. And these are the shots that are just not going down.
Okay, so you turn the ball over, you don't shoot well. 59% in the first half, so you can't always count on that.
Westbrook and Durant are trying to take the game over a bit.
I still like to see him go one-on-one a little more. Everyone's better with the more passes you make. No one ever rebound for Westbrook.
Oh, Iguodala always there to settle things down.
He's been very judicious in his shot selection tonight.
He hasn't even taken a lot.
Taken 4, he's made 3, huh? But I like to see no passing from Oklahoma City and Westbrook shoot outside because it just limits options.
Steph with a beautiful deflection, and he is fouled. And a take foul, saving a layup. Got to credit Billy Donovan. The jump from college to pro is not that easy.
It's been pretty seamless.
And I think they are better defensively. You know, 18-3 since Christmas, and a legitimate title contender.
Well, he's got the right formula. The number one thing that he talked about with players is trust. Not X's and O's necessarily, not style, but trust. But he's put David Lee in the NBA, and that's a tough shot by Andrew. Mo Spates, by the way, he's playing very well against his former coach. Horford, Noah, Miller, Mike Miller. Parsons.
Bogut drawing the offensive foul there. That's a big whistle. That ends up being his 5th foul, and there's a problem. And Andrew was there. And KD tried to slither through. I actually thought we'd see more of Enes Kanter tonight, Jim. He's played only 8 minutes. In right now.
Well, I thought Adams was playing pretty well, so they just built it a little bit.
Yeah. And Curry got by Anthony Morrow, but didn't get to the line.
And didn't get the layup.
And Durant is fouled. Well, this has just been an ugly quarter. The Warriors will be happy to see this one end.
Well, their offensive fortunes have changed.
And you're looking at 36 in the first, 37 in the second, and sitting there at 16 here in the third.
Not getting the shot attempts that they want because of turnovers.
Durant hitting the free throw. Rockets in town on Tuesday. A Chinese New Year celebration courtesy of Lucky Buddha Beer. Wear the Chinese New Year uniforms, which are terrific. At 888 GSW Hoop, be here Tuesday night. I think the Rockets are going to have a little something to say on Tuesday, Jim. They were crushed.
Only 79 points tonight.
Lost by 17. And Durant, perfect from the line.
9 of 9, isn't he? I'll tell you, two times in his career, he shot over 800 in the season. You're talking about 10 a game attempted. He knows how to get to the line.
Iguodala shot clock at 5. He's got to force one up.
Well, we knew the defense was going to be better in the second half. You would think it would be after the Warriors scored 73. Just a kid I like.
Payne hitting a 3.
Interesting player.
20-point lead is down to 8. The Warriors yielding a 16-6 run. Curry inside, and they needed that basket.
I don't know how he made that. I mean, he just willed that ball in.
Steph's got 20.
I mean, he's in a big traffic jam and still came out of it alive. This great D, great D.
It hit the back of the backboard. That is out of bounds, and Bogut was the one to touch it last.
I'm impressed with the way he moved his feet there. Usually he rides a guy, but he got back, a little bump. Kanter lowered that shoulder. He tried to bowl his way through. It's not going to work against Andrew.
Durant, the crossover. That should be illegal. He is so good.
That's the difference today in these ball players, their athleticism. You know, so many years ago, a 6'10", 6'11 player, no way he could play like that. It's commonplace today. Well, not so common as Durant makes it look.
Harrison Barnes trying to set up Steph. His 3 rattles out. So OKC gets the last shot.
They squeezed a little bit here for him.
Down to 3. Payne at 1. And that'll be it. So the 14-point halftime lead is trimmed to single digits. The Warriors restart the momentum offensively, but the Thunder continue to push. Our Toyota game summary, the Warriors with only 18 in the third, and Steph had to play the whole quarter there. The Warriors were 9 of 26, did not hit a 3, and they did not shoot a free throw.
Didn't shoot a free throw is what amazes me.
The Thunder, 7 of 8 from the line, and Westbrook and Durant have 53. The rest of the Thunder have only 30 points. So the Warriors have been outstanding and leading after 3, but get the sense that the Thunder are making their move here. Off of Singler, didn't catch it. Barbosa, Livingston, Bogut with Iguodala and Harrison Barnes. Livingston wheels around the rookie, puts it up and out. Bogut the rebound, a fresh 24. Harrison Barnes. The Warriors can't buy baskets in the second half.
What's interesting, though, they turned the ball over 5 times. It only yielded 3 points. In the first half, when they turned it over 3 times, it yielded 6 points. The Warriors' defense has been pretty good because, here's the deal. They only score 18, but they only allowed 24. Right. All of a sudden, they allowed 36 or something.
Oh, Barbosa extending and spinning it in. So Leandro with 9 off the bench. Spates with 15. And where would the Warriors be without the reserves tonight?
They've come in and done their job.
Kanter wheels and finishes.
That is a pretty smooth move from Enes Kanter. Not sure I ever saw that one in Salt Lake City.
The time becomes critical here in that you're buying time for Curry to rest. When does Clay come back? When does Draymond come back? There's such a long way to go in this game. Barbosa is somehow able to save. Shot clock at 3.
Oh, come on.
And Barbosa, the bailout. This reserve unit trying to hold on to this 8-point lead. Bogut. Good hockey defense there. And a running Livingston went to dunk it down and couldn't.
Sean Livingston can sky.
And Bogut sending Kanter away. Harrison Barnes. And the Warriors cannot take a lid off the basket.
That's about a 10% shot there. That's a tough shot on the run to shoot it that way.
Oro missing. Barnes coming back for the rebound. Iguodala. And it's a jump ball.
Great anticipation by Kevin Durant. Warriors are trying to run here the last few times. That ball just got exposed. And Durant got a big hand on it.
Crowd doesn't like it, but that's a jump ball. That's not a foul.
I agree. You got to pin them in there. Well, he beat him to it. Almost a quick steal.
So both teams playing quality defense here. Westbrook attacking Bogut again. 2 blocks and a steal for the big man.
I think that surprised Russell Westbrook. He thought he had him. Bogut handled his quickness extremely well.
Klay Thompson saved the layup. Smartly knocking that away. So Klay re-entering. Draymond and Steph will follow. But Steve Kerr would like to give them both a bit of a rest here.
That play exemplifies why you have to always see the ball. If he doesn't see the ball there, he gives up a layup.
Cantor. This is the best I've seen Westbrook attack and then deliver to others.
This is why I would go underneath the screen, even at that distance.
And not this way, Knight. Livingston. They needed that.
Every time you try to follow Westbrook over the top of the screen, he delivers it inside to an open man.
And he gets a running start. And Cantor traveled.
Well, this time he gave him the ball in a position where he had to do something with it rather than just go straight to an empty rim.
It was an 8-point lead entering the fourth. It's an 8-point lead right now. 8:43 left.
It's Toy.
Warrior lead at 8:43 remaining in the ball game. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rouse Gold on Wood A. Jay-Z and Beyonce here tonight. The Rams shots of the game with Dave Chappelle. This has become the Chappelle Show. Jim Harbaugh and Tony Dorsett.
Ooh, I always loved him. Love the way he ran.
This is the place to see and be seen on a Saturday night before the Super Bowl tomorrow.
I know it's not perfect, but I'm impressed with the Warriors. They're 5 of 20 from three-point range. Oklahoma City's made 5 threes. Oklahoma City's made 10 more free throws than the Warriors. Warriors haven't been shooting well. They're 2 of 7 in this quarter even, but they have that lead.
Just has not been a three-point night for the best three-point shooting team in the league. And Westbrook a little out of control and nowhere to go.
I thought Iguodala had a chance to run that out, and so did Livingston.
Livingston, he's been the stabilizer.
He can take matters into his own hands. He got that steal there after Westbrook turned it over. And he's looking because he saw Andre Iguodala. Iguodala went out to the side instead of streaking for the basket. So Livingston just said, okay, I'll take it myself.
Ibaka on the post-up, shot clock at 5. I said the Thunder, a lot of ISO ball. Iguodala knocked that away, but it'll be called for a foul.
He does that a lot. Now, I thought he got that ball cleanly.
Is Ibaka in the act of shooting there?
Yes. Right. He's going up there. That's what they, especially when you see him leave the ground. But that is a nice steal. He does that with a lot of force, and sometimes it may force a whistle from the official.
Serge Ibaka, quite a find. They're playing professionally in Spain. You know, I love when Ibaka got his contract extension.
Yes.
He's one of the few athletes to say, hey, look, this is going to take care of my whole family for generations. We had nothing growing up.
Right. Absolutely.
You grew up in the Congo, or you said, are you kidding me? This kind of money just changed the generations for my whole family.
I think Oklahoma City pleasantly surprised that he turned into such a good scorer.
Yes.
And even shooter, I will say. You know, from 6'3" to 9'9", 9 points, 13-2, then 15-1. He's at 13 points right now.
So the free throw split. Livingston again. Oh, Sean. Did it in D.C. and doing it tonight in the fourth quarter.
Well,
he's huge.
The second half of the season here, it started in Chicago. He's been marvelous since that game. That's a great feat.
Cantor finishing.
And so he did the right thing. Bounce pass inside in traffic.
And to your point, Livingston on Christmas against Cleveland, against San Antonio, against the Bulls. He's always been there when the Warriors have needed him. Nice play by Cameron Payne on the fronting and the overplay.
Little Cameron Payne.
Cantor again. And he's fouled and flips it in.
Warriors foul charge at Harrison Barnes, third personal, second team foul. Substitution for Oklahoma City, 35, Kevin Durant.
Cantor has a little more finesse. That is a very difficult angle, very difficult shot to complete, and he did it softly.
Well, Enes Kanter You remember when he came over from Turkey, he was with Kentucky.
Yeah.
He never played. He was ineligible. He practiced with them. They got drafted right out of really never playing.
Right.
His amateur status had gone away. He was the 3rd pick overall. Never quite meshed in Utah, but has always been quite a talent. And off the bench tonight, he's been spectacular. That's 12 and 13 in only 14 minutes.
The signs were for him to leave when Rudy Gobert came in.
You said Stevie Adams was playing well early, but Cantor is much more skilled offensively, and Billy Donovan's gone that route in the second half.
He's had an impact in this quarter already.
Well, Curry back in, Draymond back in, and Steph unable to finish the layup.
He reached.
Oh, Westbrook Euro step, but couldn't finish that. That was like a punt, speaking of the Super Bowl. Iguodala read it, walled off, and let it just go out of bounds.
Smart play.
So the Warriors are going to use the timeout. Dominant first half with 73 points. Sitting there stuck on 26 in the second half. So they have enough offense to finish it off. 6:27 left. And Sean Livingston has been a lifesaver. Warrior lead is 7, but 26 second half points after 73 in the first, and the worst three-point shooting night for Stephen Clay all year.
Warriors have not made a 3 in the second half at all. And the Splash Brothers, 8 points so far in 17 and a half minutes of the second half. Durant, Westbrook, they've got 16 in this second half for them.
Well, the all-star watch, when you see Stephen Clay 1 of 10 on threes, that's jarring because that hasn't happened in any game this season. They're trying to dig in with the defense, but you're going to need the points down the stretch. Curry layup, rimming out.
53 to 35. Westbrook, Durant, they watch Curry and Thompson.
And Durant rails a 3.
Make it 56.
4-point game.
He's got 33. Warriors just not able to score. The defense for Oklahoma City has been ramped up in this half.
This is the small lineup with Draymond at the center. They haven't shown that tonight until now. Play nowhere to go. Shot clock at 3.
They just can't generate anything offensively.
Livingston the bailout, and he'll get to the line. The Warriors did not shoot a free throw in the third. And this becomes their first free throws of the second half. Think of OKC as a road team, 29 free throws to the Warriors 14. Combine that with the Warriors' ugly three-point shooting, and they're fortunate to be ahead.
Well, it helped to get a 20-point lead at one time. That gives you a little bit of a cushion.
The NBA celebrating Chinese New Year with our fans across the world. Happy New Year from our family to yours. Tremendous fan base in China for the NBA. Warriors have been there twice for the China games. Livingston splitting free throws.
Well, the Warriors defense has to toughen up here. Offense has gone south. No time for defensive mistakes. Playing small, Draymond Green at the 5.
Westbrook checked it, shot clock at 7. Westbrook 3 on the way, long rebound, Westbrook again, and then he's fouled.
That's a tough one. Draymond Green's got to be careful not to get a T here. I mean, he was in position to defend the play. This is the way, I said, Russell Westbrook is fearless. Watch this follow-up. I just don't know how they call that on Draymond, seriously. And I love Danny, you know that. But that's... He came right in and held on like he was climbing a ladder.
This is why when you play the Thunder and you see them come into your building and shoot 31 free throws to the Warriors 16. And couple that with 5 of 21 three-point shooting, and you're in a single possession ball game.
Warriors 59% the first half. They're about 36%, 35% perhaps this half. They need a basket.
Curry inside, cycle it to Barnes, open three. Got it!
Dribble penetration, though. Get attention, bring in defenders, and then rotate out. Inside out, then you hit threes.
6-point lead inside 5 minutes. Durant response. KD with 36.
He loves these moments. He loves to take a shot when they need it.
Steph, a three, and long.
I know he's a quick releaser, but he didn't have to rush that one. And that wasn't anywhere close.
Does Durant go for the tie here? Draymond switches out.
He doesn't want to screen.
Durant to the line again.
Quickness, great first step. Dribble drive, elongation. Tough to defend.
Durant and Westbrook have shot more free throws than the whole Warrior team. And they can get to the line and get to the rim so many times and so easily.
Little stop and go, a little hesitation. Beats Draymond, and no one's going to get to that ball off of that arm.
So Harrison's got 4 fouls. Draymond's got 4 fouls. Bogut has 4 fouls. Durant misses a free throw.
Might get another chance.
And he had a lane violation on Draymond Green.
Now Draymond's staring at JT because he felt Enes Kanter forced him to go in. They both went in early.
Durant's an 89% free thrower. He's not going to miss 2 out of 3. And that violation is going to give OKC a free point. One-point ball game. And the Warrior offense is just dead in the water. 73 in the first half, 30 in the second half. Steph down the lane. Draymond is fouled.
He got fouled on a controlled tip.
You're going to have 4 minutes plus of grinded out crunch time.
Steph did a nice job keeping that pivot foot down. And his little soft touch made it for a nice available putback from Draymond. But like you said, free throws are going to be a priority. He's now shot over 200 free throws this year, second only to Steph Curry. Got to improve that percentage.
8 points, 10 boards, 4 assists for Draymond. Steph is 7 of 21 tonight.
It would be nice to win a game when your star doesn't score and doesn't shoot well.
So splitting a pair. Westbrook again. Big rebound, Draymond Green. Knocked to the ground. Kanter tried to call timeout. We got a jump ball instead. So you're going to get 4 minutes plus of Durant and Westbrook soaring to the rim.
Okay, you may not get the tip here. This, he just gives up his body. You may not get the tip. You do not want to give up an easy basket. You do not want to give up a quick basket here.
Steph read it, but ricocheted out to Waiters.
At least it went out on the perimeter.
Again, Durant inside. Kanter with the turnaround.
How big has he been for him?
This is only the 3rd tie of the game. A 16-5 run. Draymond is fouled again.
Kanter's got 10 fourth-quarter points. On a tough fadeaway there. Where do you find your answers? Your defense, I mean, your offense has just gone stone cold, no movement whatsoever. And you got to give Oklahoma City credit. You got to give Billy Donovan credit. He started squeezing them at halftime, and they've come out with a different mindset defensively.
The two lines have been a problem. The three-point line and the free throw line tied at 104. Even at 104 with 3:25 left. And our big plays, the Togo's way. Kevin Durant with 13 in the first, 10 in the second, 7 in the third, and 8 in the fourth. KD with 38 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists. And he has done just about everything for the Thunder.
Beautiful crossover for a slam dunk. And because of the lane violation, he doesn't have that missed free throw on his resume tonight. He's 11 of 11.
Now, Draymond Green missed the first free throw. OKC has not switched or doubled on the high pick and roll the Warriors run all that often. And they foul Draymond Green every time. And they're taking advantage of putting the Warriors on the line, although infrequently the Warriors have 7 missed free throws.
Billy Donovan has told his players to put more pressure as they come across half court, so they're not even getting in to those pick and rolls very well. Taking them out of their offense.
Draymond untying the game. We check in with Roz.
Coach Kerr told his team, we've got to be sharp. We have to execute, set solid screens, and every one rebound.
Particularly playing small, and also the way Cantor's been playing. Westbrook fading, firing. Draymond, what a rebound. Can they find a three? Can they make a shot?
Can they get a good shot?
Clay can't do it.
They got a good shot. They've been rushing some shots, but that was a good one.
Clay is 0 for 5 on 3. Steph is 1 of 7. Durant went for the lead, and Draymond another rebound.
Well, Draymond may be 6'7", but he plays about 7'1".
He's got 12 boards tonight. They play Steph off the ball now. Then they get Curry a look. Goes around Westbrook, gets in and puts it in.
Well, they put pressure on him, but he had a counter.
They rise to help the defense. Shot clock at 10. They switch. Durant at 4. This is when he can high rise. His 3 offline. Draymond another board. Push ahead to Clay. Now the Warriors will use clock.
A little close to the sideline on that pass up the floor.
Curry double. Cycle pass, Klay Thompson, 3. They got into the offense. They got the screen. They finally hit a 3.
What a skip pass from Curry. And Klay Thompson put a little more arc on that one. So it would go over the front of the rim.
They had to be sharp. They had to execute. Steve Kerr told them a minute 40 left, and the lead grows to 6. You're seeing both Warrior teams tonight. The team that can score 73 in the first half, and the team that can dig in defensively when the offense isn't there in the second half.
Oklahoma City had the chance to take a lead with Westbrook, also with Durant. Both of them were denied. Terrific defense, and I love the way Andre Iguodala is playing chest to chest to Durant. Now, last time he was defended by Clay when they switched there, but they both did a nice job.
And 3 missed shots, 3 Draymond Green defensive rebounds.
Terrific, yes. Warriors, the next foul will put them over the limit. OKC has a foul to give. You see the timeout situation.
Cantor and Ibaka, Dion Waiters, Westbrook and Durant.
You don't want to give up a shot, but you don't want to foul. So defend, no fouls.
Now Clay went for the steal.
That'll be free throws.
Westbrook will get to the line. They had doubled Durant, and he had to just kind of throw it up. And a 50-50 ball ends up being free throws.
Well, this was a cross-court pass. Clay had a pretty good angle on it, but he was too deep into the lane area. He wasn't in the lane, but I'm saying he's too deep to the basket. He's got to play on that side. You can play it higher, because if they're going to throw it to your man, they're going to throw it over the top. You'll have time to recover. So he took a chance, didn't quite have the step inside.
Offense-defense substitution with Adams coming in. Westbrook is 8 of 8 from the line, 81% on the season. He's yet to have a field goal in the fourth, but he puts both free throws in. Westbrook 0 for 5 in this fourth quarter.
And I know why Clay's playing back like that. He doesn't want a backdoor, because Westbrook is dangerous with that. So damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Curry 3. Halfway down and out. Draymond keeping it alive. A new 24.
What a play. That is just desire and wanting the ball more than your opponent. That's all it is.
Shot clock at 11. Draymond posting up. He's got Waiters on the switch. Had it knocked away. Still loose. Shot clock at 3. Draymond to Steph to put it in.
The perseverance and the magic of Curry. That's a blocking foul.
That'll be Durant free throws.
What a save by Draymond. Draymond at the other end.
It started with that relentless pursuit.
Right
Look
there.
at all the orange jerseys, yet he comes up with the ball.
Desire. And this little pass here. They forgot about Curry. Trying to take a charge on Draymond. He made the right play by going to the hoop there with only 3 seconds left.
There is no defense for the foul line. And that has been the difference for the Thunder. 28 made free throws to the Warriors, 13. KD's been perfect. Westbrook's been perfect. And the Warriors will use a timeout with 50 seconds left. One more free throw coming with the lead at 5.
Innovation that excites.
A 5-point lead with Durant to shoot another free throw. Can't reiterate it enough. The Thunder are 18-3 since Christmas, the same as the Warriors. They own their divisional lead. They're going to win that easily.
Absolutely.
But the 3 seed, you would play them in the second round of the playoffs. The 1-8 meets the 4-5. The 2-7 winner meets the 3-6. You don't want the Thunder in round 2 if you can be the 1 seed.
Well, don't you want the suspense like it is tonight? Don't you want these games? Because this is the kind of series it would be.
The Warriors have been outstanding in games decided by 5 or less. Durant.
I've seen that act before in this half. With him with the
40 for KD. You're playing the clock, you're playing the situation, and you're playing the Thunder. It's a 2-possession game. Shot clock at 10. Steph crossover, step back jumper. Got it!
His ability this year to create shots on his own with his ball handling.
They've got to adjust the shot clock.
But Steph's ability, it's just increased twofold because of his ball handling. How many people make moves, go crossover, and then step back, shooting over someone? I say 6'10". Other people tell me he's 6'11", is Durant.
Only 2 fourth-quarter field goals for Steph, both at the biggest time of the game.
Exactly. That's what it counts.
Durant leaner, rebound loose. Curry trying to save it, throws ahead. Iguodala's home free.
No fouls.
Westbrook 3. Adams knocked it out of bounds.
You can celebrate.
41 straight. Second longest home winning streak in NBA history. Only the Bulls ahead of the Warriors now.
Great save. And Andre Iguodala said, I can put this game away. He does that.
They did it with grit and toughness and defense, and they moved to 46-4 with 41 straight at home in a game that lived up to the billing.
It certainly did. It had all the moments. It had Warriors dominance early on. It had terrific Oklahoma City defense, sporadic shooting by the Warriors. Brilliant play, perseverance and determination from Draymond Green, and big shots by Thompson and Stephen Curry.
Steve Kerr has his team winning games in a lot of different ways. Make it 9 in a row. Let the greatest start in NBA history continue at 46-4. Move into number 2 all time with 41 in a row at home. And a super Saturday night goes Warrior way. Warrior Postgame Live, presented by Honda, is coming your way. And finally, a little relief as the Warriors hold off the Thunder.
Well, this Saturday didn't start so super. They were down 9-0, but they did build up a 20-point lead. In the end, they were all even at 104-104, but a 14-4 run, and they do what they always do, just win. Let's head back inside of the Oracle floor. Roz with Draymond Green.
Draymond, you guys had a big lead, and then it dwindles down. Suddenly, under 4 minutes, it's a tie game. How do you not tighten up in those moments?
Those are moments we live for. You know, one thing Coach said, like, hey, we got a close game. You know, finally, it's about time. Now let's execute and, you know, use the experience that we have. And, you know, we did that down the stretch and made the plays we need to make to win the game.
And OKC, they have some tremendous one-on-one players. How does that type of style, how tough is that over the course of a game to try and defend?
It's tough. It wears you down after a while, and we know that. That's why we just continue to try to contest their shots. They hit tough shots, they hit tough shots. But over the course of 48 minutes, you wear down.
There were critical moments down the stretch, though, where you guys were able to make crucial plays. Why was your execution so crisp?
You know, that's what we pride ourselves on, executing, especially down the stretch, not having turnovers and getting up a good shot every time. And it takes 5 guys. It's not one guy that can do it by himself. It's not 2 guys that can do it. You know, it takes 5, and we're able to do that, and that's what's important down the stretch for us.
What are you looking over your shoulder for?
Steph just thought he was about to get me with some water. It's not happening. I'm watching you.
We got an eye on Steph, but last one for you. You said it takes 5 guys, it takes the whole team. The bench was tremendous. What can you depend on them for?
You said, what about the...
What can you depend on the bench for?
Oh, I mean, every night, you know, we use our depth, you know, to our advantage. Sean was great off the bench. Mo was great. Andre was great. Everybody who came in off the bench gave us good minutes, and that's what's important for us. We depend on that for a couple years, and it's what works for us.
Okay, Draymond, you've successfully made it through this interview dry. Thank you. Thank you. Guys.
Yeah, they've been splashing everybody, Roz, and the 4 All-Stars that we were looking at all the scoring were spectacular. But don't forget, Draymond is the 5th All-Star, and his 5 defensive rebounds and the 1 offensive rebound in that 4th quarter was simply spectacular. And the Warriors did it really with heart and guts and will, and Oracle did it. So, and I also understand that Draymond did not stay dry after he got off camera. So 41 straight, and also I think every Warrior that does a post-game interview is going to get wet the rest of the season. They keep all these streaks alive, but I just like a team that can win in a number of different ways, Jim. Yep. And that's what the Warriors are.
And when you have your splash brothers shoot 2 of 14 from 3-point range, right. You didn't have to rely on that. 3:25 to go. It's all tied at 104. They didn't succumb. They got terrific stops in succession. They stopped Durant. They stopped Westbrook. And then they finally made some shots because they got out into the open court, and they got some easy ones inside. I thought that was a big, big three by Clay. And then Curry, the little jump shot, the little dish off from Draymond. Draymond was absolutely fantastic coming down the stretch, getting them extra efforts at the basket.
Yeah, the Thunder are going to think about that sequence. They force a Curry miss three. 3 Thunder guys are standing underneath for a rebound. Draymond comes up with it. Now the shot clock's winding down. He dribbles all the way around the arc and finds the smallest Warrior at point-blank range.
Well, I think Oklahoma City, this would have been a big win for them. And they kind of felt they were going to take over and get the game here. Their defense was superb in the second half. You've got to give them credit. The Warriors never could really get things going. Took them out of their offense. But they got 67 points, primarily 40 from Durant. They made Westbrook a volume shooter tonight. They did a much better job in the second half containing him. And you love to win games when you don't shoot well and you struggle, but you still make plays in critical parts of the game.
The other thing, too, Greg, when you think about it, the 5 best teams in the league, and the Warriors are undefeated against all of them. And so they rise to the occasion. And so 46-4, only 2 more games before the All-Star break. Houston and then at Phoenix. For this Warriors squad, bring on the Spurs or the Cavs or the Bulls or the Thunder. Tell them that they can't keep winning at home. They defy description and defy the odds on really everything. And tonight was a great example. I have never seen them win a game where Steph and Clay were just empty from the three-point line. It was very, very impressive.
But in the end, Bob, as you say, they just do what they always do, and that is win here at home. It's more than a calendar year since January the 27th of a year ago, and they lost in overtime to the Bulls. They won their final 18 regular season games last year at home, and their first 23 this year. So added up, and they've got 41 now, the second longest winning streak at home in the history of the NBA. But I want it in a single season, and I want a 41-0 home record. I turned to Saint when it was 60-40 with 4:44 to go in the half, and I said they're going to go 41-0 at home. But then it got a little tight. So welcome to the Crown Royal Club here at Oracle Arena in the Honda Warriors post-game live. Greg Pop alongside Gary St. Jean. They were down 9-0 to start. Harrison Barnes saved them in the first half. You build up the big lead, but in the end, Saint, you are tied at 104. Our BMW turning point is going to be the end of the game. Draymond made the second free throw to make it 105-104, and then Steph Curry either scores or assists on 11 straight points, and you win the game by 8.
Well, you just saw the example. Now they're trying to double team him, and look at that great cross-court pass to Clay, who's wide open. That was a gorgeous pass. And as you noted, Pop, whether it was scoring or assisting, he was just superb. And that was just a presence that he sees a teammate driving. He sees them help on Draymond, and he cuts to the gap. On this play, it was a pick and roll, and they switched. He had Durant on him, and then he just took him off the bounce. And this is where he's so canny. Look at that. Wow. There's 3 orange shirts around him. He just heaves it up ahead to Andre for the dunk. And, well, he's doing the arm shake. I thought he'd do the thing with he and the president, you know, when they were doing that little hop thing there, you know, that
clowning
stuff.
Well, when you miss 7 out of 8 beyond the line,
yeah, you're not going to
be allowed to clown. In fact, the Splash Brothers tonight combined were 2 for 14 beyond the line. The Warriors made only 7 of 26 threes. They averaged 13 made threes a game. The strategy, very sound by Billy Donovan. We've seen other teams try it. Eric Spoelstra just not let the Warriors get the 3 line. But in doing so, you're giving them backdoor cuts and layups. There was one point in the second quarter where they scored seemingly every single trip. And Steph Curry did wind up with 26 points and 10 assists tonight, Saint. But again, he made 10 baskets, only 1 3. So 9 twos tonight and 5 free throws. A different way for Steph to get to 26.
Well, there's that's the only 3, but he has the presence to read the situation. They kept switching on all pick and roll action. So he had Ibaka and Durant on him a lot. And when he knew that, he knew he could take them both off the bounce. Look how he's playing with Adams there. He's just getting them all twisted up, and then when they get in a rotation and he can't get the layup, he finds teammates. And there he took that rookie Payne to school, just a little 180 turn and come back. And look at this play. Now That's really extending the dribble and getting all the way to the basket. But, Pop, you and I were watching, and what I loved at the end of the game, twice they ran him off the ball, and he set back picks. If you're a guard and you back pick and you pop, you are going to be open. And when they do that, you conceivably are going to get the switch you want. So he knew what he was doing on both those plays, and then the last one was the pick and roll where they switched and got Durant on him. So 3 different ways that he got it in the last 2 minutes. He was driving the bus tonight. He was in complete control when you got to the end of the game.
I remember walking in Oracle about 3 years ago with you for a playoff game, and we walked in, Steph was there, and you grabbed him and said back pick. Yeah. Because when he sets that back screen, he's going to pop open off the screen. And that play we saw on the dribble drive, great action to get him off the ball, give the ball to Iguodala, then have him come from the baseline to set the back screen. Ultimately, he got it, but he also worked the 24-second clock down to about 8 before he got his hands on it.
Well, you were looking at me and you said, holy cow, they're going to take this thing all the way down to 5.
Smart.
We call that the butter time. And I'm going to share with you the best I've ever been with back pick pop action is Chris Mullin.
He's great at it.
He was the master at it. And he had great feet set up, and he'd catch it and shoot it because there was always space. Because when you back pick, you must protect the guy diving that you back pick. They're going to dive to the basket, so they're going to take away the layup, give up the jump shot.
Steph Curry is the NBA leading scorer this year. Tonight we saw a guy who's won it 4 times in his career. One of the greatest scorers in the history of pro basketball. He went for 40 tonight, saying 12 of 25. He made 3 threes. It's hard not to foul him. He made 13 free throws, and throughout the game, 13 first quarter, 10 second quarter, 7 more third quarter, 10 more in the fourth quarter. Steph is unstoppable, but Kevin Durant may be the most unguardable player in professional basketball.
Well, that length is just amazing. And you know what, Pop? Like Steph, look at that crossover by a guy that's 6'10". But look, and just rises up off the bounce. These 2 guys, what do they have in common? They get better every year because they go to work on their game.
Durant's handles are better. You can see it.
Absolutely
he handles
right.
the basketball better.
Right on. You know what? He's a confident ball handler. He knows that people are going to get up on his grill, and he has the wherewithal to read it. He's got a good crossover. When he goes right, he extends very well. And he's so long that when he gets past the primary defender, gets to the foul line.
Wild game tonight. Oklahoma City jumped the Warriors. They were down 9-0. Harrison Barnes saved them. They got up by 20, and then with 3.5 to play, it is tied. In the end, the Warriors sell out Oracle Arena for the 157th consecutive time, and they win here for a 41st straight time. I think Jay-Z and Beyonce enjoyed themselves.
I thought they were coming on the show with us.
Warriors post-game lock.
All right, Kelly and Henry, that's great news regarding Eddie D and Snake Stabler. Warriors win it 116-108. By the way, we'll see Kelly and Henry coming up at 9:10 with Sportsnet Central. Warriors scored 73 points in the first half, only 43 in the second half. But they outscored them 12-4 after the game was tied at 104 with 3.5 to go. The odd thing about the game tonight, the Warriors did not shoot the 3-ball well. The Splash Brothers combined to go 2 of 14. They made only 7. But despite that, about 6 under their average in the 3-ball, Steve Kerr's team still scored 116 points and beat the OKC Thunder by 8 tonight.
Coach, what did you think of the way you guys closed this one out after that tough third quarter?
Oh, it was I thought it was great for our team to go through a game like that too. It's been a while since we've kind of had to get stops and be solid down the stretch offensively. And on a night when, it wasn't quite his night, I thought Steph was just brilliant, in the last couple minutes. And but I could go down the list. Draymond had some incredible rebounds in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. And, Harrison and Clay hit big shots. And, Mo and LB and Sean were terrific off the bench. So it's a good team win.
As you look at the stat sheet, maybe it's getting to be kind of a cliche with this team, but it's just a team effort up and down. When one guy's not rebounding, another guy picks him up. When the guys on the bench pick up the guys who aren't, it just looks like what you guys have to do whenever you're playing a good team.
Yeah, that's kind of our motto, strength in numbers. And we have a lot of guys who can play, and what I like is that guys like Mo or LB, Brandon Rush, they don't always get minutes, but they're always ready, and they contribute throughout the course of the year when we need them to. And so we're a deep team, and we have to rely on everybody. And especially in a tough game like this, we needed contributions from every guy.
You had some concerns on the trip about some sloppy play. You only had 10 turnovers tonight. How important was that for the guys?
Yeah, that was big. I think 6 of them came in the third quarter. I think we had 3 at halftime. And so we were really solid with the ball. And then the third quarter, we got careless. I thought we just kind of took our foot off the pedal a little bit and settled for careless possessions, and we stopped moving and cutting, and they did a great job. Obviously, that's an explosive team, and so we opened the door a crack, and they barged through and got back in the game.
Stephen Clay.
Yeah, third quarter was not great. The start was not great. They were down 9-0 to open the game, Saint. I thought Harrison Barnes kept him in the game. He had a brilliant first quarter, 9 points on 4 of 5. Came back in the second quarter with 7 more on 3 of 4 shooting. He had a 16-point first half on 7 of 9 shooting, and all the rumors about Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors, the guy that would probably be taken off the roster would be Harrison Barnes. He played a beautiful game and a really strong first half tonight.
They needed him to be big in the first half, and he responded. You saw an example again of a baseline out of bounds play. He back cut it and got a layup there. Of course, we know he's going to knock down those corner threes. He's super at that. And I like when he gets his back to the basket, whether it's on the box or in the paint. He's very, very comfortable, even shooting over the length of Durant. So he stepped up really big tonight. All right, quality win for the Warriors, obviously, over the team with the third best record in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder. When we come back on a Honda Warriors postgame live from he's not wearing Carolina teal on the kicks tonight. It is time for the Highlight Zone, a live edition of Do-Do-Do-Do-Do-Do-Do-Do.
Livingston checks it. Ricochets. Mo's got to launch it. His three. Good! Mo Spates having fun with that one. Draymond posting up. He's got Waiters on the switch. Had it knocked away. Still loose. Shot clock at 3. Draymond to Steph to put it in. Durant leaner. Rebound loose. Curry trying to save it. Throws ahead. Iguodala's home free.
Some of the better moments tonight, and it was a star-studded crowd. Jim Harbaugh, former Niner coach, now the head coach, University of Michigan, was here. Dave Chappelle. He's been at a couple of Warrior games lately in the last couple of months. Tony Dorsett, the great running back of the Dallas Cowboys, the Hall of Famer, and America's favorite couple, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and about 10 members of the security staff. Kendrick Lamar was also there. Saint was wondering how Beyonce can see out of those glasses, but
she looked beautiful.
And they stayed the whole game. They did not leave. And we invited her on the post game, but she has a big halftime show to do tomorrow during Super Bowl 50. You're looking at the box score, I am, and I'm wondering how the Warriors win the game. They were out-rebounded. They only had 24 assists, but the key area, Saint, was the bench. Leandro Barbosa off the bench scored 9 points. Mo Buckets had a big game with 15 off the bench. Iguodala ran that point forward, had 8. Brandon Rush also played. The bench outscored OKC's bench 42-17 tonight.
That was huge. When you look at OKC and you evaluate their roster, I just think their depth isn't where it needs to be. And Mo Buckets, I thought, was really big tonight. You needed a big guy after Bogues to be in there. And I thought he played very well. Livingston, my gosh.
Yep, Livingston,
he
big
kept
game.
finding the mismatch. Every time he got in there, he took that rookie Payne to school down in the box. He was terrific down there. Leandro gets out on the break. And what are you going to say about Andre Iguodala? He just does winning things on the floor.
Andrew Bogut was in foul trouble the whole night. You had to play small. You had to play Sean Livingston and Andre Iguodala in your finishing 5 as you played small most of the night. Klay Thompson, you look at his overall numbers, and they were okay. But on the other end, he's got to guard Russell Westbrook, Shane. So to score 18 points on one end, he did not make the 3 ball. He was 1 for 6. But just that matchup with Russell Westbrook and watching Westbrook live in the arena tonight, there's no question, with the ball in his hands, I think he's the fastest player to ever play in the NBA.
You know what? He's a great athlete. I love the way he competes. But you might make note of the fact that a good spell of the fourth quarter, he was 0 for 5.
Yes.
And that tells me that Klay was locked in on him and really did an outstanding job. And that's what we talk about, a two-way player. Not only does he defend, we know he's a premier scorer in the league, the 3 ball, now off the bounce, but it's the defense. You know, you don't have to score to be a valuable contributor, and I thought tonight he was really strong defensively.
Russell Westbrook was just 8 of 22 from the floor, so Steph did a great job. So he gets Russell Westbrook tonight, and on Tuesday in a game that'll also be on national TV, he gets James Harden. Boy, the Houston Rockets are having a miserable year. They got booed off their home floor today and lost at home to the Portland Trail Blazers. What has happened to this team that faced the Warriors last year in the Western Conference Finals? We'll get you ready for Tuesday on Hondo Warriors Postgame Live.
It's Toyota's President's Day.
All right, welcome back to Oracle Arena, and here's the numbers on the Warriors. They beat Cleveland twice this year, beat San Antonio by 30, held on after leading the Oklahoma City Thunder by 20 tonight. They do win by 8 by a score of 116 to 108. Seemingly, they play their best against the best, which bodes well for what we may see in April, May, and June, Saint, if we do see in some order these 3 teams in the postseason. Our Honda drive ahead is the team the Warriors faced last year in the Western Conference Finals, beat them 4 games to 1. They also swept them in the regular season. They pounded them this year when they faced them. The Houston Rockets lost a home game today. I was listening to it driving in. They wound up losing to Portland at home, 96-79. They were being booed off their home floor. Harden had 33, Saint, but they combined to score just 79. Right now, Washington's been a huge disappointment in the East, but I think the Houston Rockets are the biggest disappointment of all the NBA this year.
I think you've got 2 teams right on, Washington and this Houston team. Just very inconsistent. Harden's got to carry such a big load. You know, Howard gives you a good game here and there, but they're just not clicking. They think they're going to get there. I just don't feel it. I don't see them clicking together. I don't know. Sometimes you put a team on paper, it looks really good, but when they go out there and play, it's not getting done.
They've already got their head coach, Kevin McHale, fired after a 4-10 start. J.B. Bickerstaff, Bernie's son, is trying to get it going, but they had a horrible game. So the Warriors are only going to play 2 home games in all of February tonight, and the one on Tuesday. Then they go to Phoenix. Then they come out of the All-Star break with 6 in a row. So we better enjoy them on Tuesday when they're here. Your favorite guy, Henry Wolford's coming on with Kelly Johnson. His 2 favorites are here. And I am most excited about the news. Eddie D is going into the Hall of Fame, but obviously Kenny the Snake Stabler going into Canton. I may join you guys coming up on Sportsnet Central, Kelly and Henry. I'm so excited. The Snakes go into the Hall of Fame.